Hello everyone, this is a 10 nest migration report of Pokemon in Pokemon Go. The migration took place on 30th of December and should last around 3 weeks into the middle of January. And because there's a New Year event going on, it's now 2017. So Niantic have increased the spawn rate of the starter Pokemon, namely Bulbasaur, Squirtle, as well as Charizard. So you will see them everywhere. And I wouldn't be reporting on where you can find them. The spawn rate of or spawn location of Rhyhorn as well as Sandshrew have also increased by a lot. Later on you will see the radar. I will just briefly go through where you can find them, but don't worry, they are in lots of places. Mankey can be found in Pasir Ris Park west side. Abra can be found in Changi Beach. Vulpix, East Coast Park East. And if you are planning to do some shopping, be sure to drop by Plaza Sing. And opposite of Plaza Sing, you can find a few Magma. And if you are thinking of chilling and relaxing, go Botanic Garden. You can find tons of Electabuzz. Then Kabutos can be found in Labrador Park, but I would strongly encourage you to go to Ang Mo Kio Town Garden to catch Kabutos instead, because it's quite a small area and the spawn rate is actually pretty decent. So you do not have to walk too much as compared to Labrador Park. Onyx can be found in West Coast Park, the east side of West Coast Park, as well as Canberra Park. Canberra Park is a very small park. Later on you will see, you might find 2 or 3 Onyx at a go, but with that being said, you do not have to walk a lot, so you might spend a lot of time waiting for new Onyx to spawn. But having said that, if you just want to chill and relax and do nothing and just sit down there like a lot of Pokemon Go player, then be sure to drop by Canberra Park as opposed to West Coast Park. Then if you go to Ang Mo Kio Park, Ang Mo Kio Bishan Park to be exact, the west side, you can find Geodude, and maybe if you're lucky, you might catch yourself a few Dratini here and there. And finally, if you are desperate, you can go to Bukit Timah Hill because to find Clefairy, because it's not really a short distance between each Clefairy, and because it's a nature reserve, that's why the walking trail is very restricted. You can't just like run across as compared to a park. And this is the overview of the location, and I will switch off or switch over to the radar. So this is the map that I have been using, or the radar. And if we go to our Pasir Ris Park, you can find some Mankey littered over the west. Rhyhorn is in the middle of Pasir Ris Park, while Sandshrew can be found towards the east side. Then in Changi Beach, alright, you can find a lot of Abra. So if you are looking for an Alakazam, you can come over here. It's not a bad place to go visit, and it's pretty straightforward for a walk to catch Pokemon. Okay, Bedok Reservoir, you can see Sandshrew can also be found along Bedok Reservoir, plenty of them. Over here, the Rhyhorn you can't catch because it's in a golf course, but Vulpix on the other hand is in East Coast Park, so you can find them along here. But of course, looking at this, the distance is quite long. So if you come here to enjoy cycling and so on, it's not a bad idea to go and catch yourself some Vulpix. And if we go over to the town area, Plaza Singapura is down here, and opposite Plaza Sing, you can find a small little park, which actually there's more concrete than park, but well, it's a park or Istana Park. You can find Magma opposite the Plaza Sing. And over a bit to the northwest, you can find Botanic Garden, and they are completely littered with electro bars. Now, if we move south towards the Labrador Park, you can find Kabutos down here. Plenty of them, but of course, the distance you do have to do some walking if you want to catch them. On the other hand, if you don't mind waiting or you like waiting, just go to this Ang Mo Kio Town Garden. Alright, this is a very easy place to catch Pokemon because the distance or the walking distance is not a lot and it's like a circle. So you probably spend more time waiting, and if you are those waiting for spawn kind of person, this is a very good place to catch your Kabutos. And of course, as I scroll down, you can see in MacRitchie Reservoir Park, you can find a lot of Rhyhorn here and there. So this is actually a pretty good place to catch your Rhyhorn if you are looking to evolve one into Rhydon. Now, over here, West Coast Park, you can find Onyx. There should probably be more, so this might be a downtime or off time for them, but the spawn rate here is pretty good. But of course, it being West Coast Park, you do have to do some walking. And West Coast Park, you can also find Sandshrew, like I have mentioned. Sandshrew and Rhyhorn is almost everywhere. Now, as I mentioned, there's also another good place for Onyx. Let's see, yes, down here. Okay, this is Canberra Park. Alright, it's quite a small little park in the north, and because it's small, you will spend more time waiting than catching, but the spawn rate is guaranteed. You get 2 or 3 Onyx up at any one time. So if you are not looking forward to long distance walking, Canberra Park is actually a good place to catch Onyx. Okay, finally we go to Geodude in the last part. Let's go to Bukit Timah Hill. Yes. Okay, like I said, if you are desperate, you can come Bukit Timah Hill or Bukit Timah Nature Reserve to catch your Clefairy. It's pretty consistent, but the distance you have to walk is very long, so you might as well just wait for a better place. And if you ask me, just by looking at this, maybe even Bukit Gombak is a better place, but of course the spawn is not as consistent as Bukit Timah Nature Reserve. Then finally, we've moved back to our Ang Mo Kio. Okay, the Bishan Ang Mo Kio Park. This one is the west side, this one is the east side. Go to the west if you are looking to evolve Geodude into Golem. But of course, if I look at it this way, the distance is very long because you can see that it covers 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, kind of 5 bus stop worth of length. So it's an S, but you need to be ready to walk a long distance, and occasionally you should find some Dratini here and there, even though it's not spawning out right at this moment, but it's a river area. There should be some Dratini along this path. Alright, so until the next migration, see you.